Today's episode of Wasteland Free Radio is sponsored in part by Flintlock and Fog. Now, this isn't any ordinary game. It's an immersive experience where every decision you make could lead to a new chapter. Whether you're wielding a flintlock pistol against the creatures of the night or navigating through the foggy intrigue of Victorian society, Flintlock and Fog offers a blend of historical authenticity and fantastical elements that will captivate both your imagination and your strategic mind. Every play session is just another literary adventure waiting to unfold. Check out flintlockandfog.com for details. And if you don't want to sit through me reading ads before the episodes, you can always support us on Patreon and get ad-free episodes, early access to episodes, and a bunch of other awesome stuff. Yes, I know all the creators out there are asking for your money, I understand. And we are too, but at Wasteland Free Radio, a portion of every penny we make through Patreon goes to supporting other creators. You can also follow us for free, no big deal, my feelings won't be hurt. But you may have to explain yourself to Weatherbot95's mom. She's a little testy. Well, that's enough ads for me, I think, so here is the next episode of Wasteland Free Radio. Enjoy the show. Volcanic ash clouds overhead, the faint glow of the ever-present protective dome, and the distant echoes of a new and less than exciting war, reminding us every day that yes, this really is the end of the world as we know it. Again, I'm your host. You can call me the Lone Transmitter. And coming to you live from Yellowbrook City, you're listening to Wasteland Free Radio. I'm afraid it is true. Our newest baby volcano, Conan's Crater, has been more active than any of us expected. Some folks out there are blaming the cultists who reside at the edge of the crater, but those of us who claim to understand science, even just a little bit, know the truth. It's just a volcano, guys, and it's going to spew ash once in a while. Get used to it. Yes, it's unfortunate that a volcano emerged so close to Yellowbrook City. It's also unfortunate that our populace has been reduced to the superstitious worship of all-powerful elemental deities after everything we've seen. The fire gods? Please. But there are a few positives to having a volcano as a next-door neighbor. Okay, maybe one. Ever wonder why we can go for a walk outside the protective dome without worrying about your skin melting off? It's not easy being an organic life form in the Radlands, but the ash cloud certainly helps. Most of the time. Now, you may be thinking, why are you celebrating the thinning of the ash cloud when it's something that keeps you alive? That's a great question. We celebrate the Sky Festival just because we like to see the sky once in a while, but stick with me here. If the ash cloud parts at night, the surface temperature drops just a little bit, and we can observe the night sky free from danger. But if this happens during the day, we don whatever reflective gear we can find, coat our skin with SPF 2000, and see how long we can stand the unbridled power of the sun. Is it a game I try to win? No. I think keeping my skin is victory enough. But since it's happening in the evening, there is a chance we might see the moon, either in part or in full. And there's nothing to be afraid of. The moon has been here longer than any of us, and despite suffering a massive explosion somewhere in the past, it's still here. Most of it. Sometimes pieces of the moon fall from the sky and level entire cities, but that's the main reason we have the protective dome. And considering the electromagnetic hell it's been putting me through lately, I'd guess the field strength is high enough to disintegrate any moon showers that threaten our fine city. And if you're out of SPF 2000, need a pack of cigs, or just have a nagging cough from living in an ash-ridden hellscape, you should check out Toxic Tina's Discount Medical Store. Don't let the name fool you, Toxic Tina is the best medical supplier in the Radlands. Her syringes are clean, her hermetic chambers are sealed, and her decontamination units are 80% functional. Is she a doctor? No, but she'll do her best. Is she a licensed drug dealer? Also no. Her license expired. Is she making biological weapons in her lab? Not on purpose. but she's the most trusted purveyor of discount medical supplies this side of the Bohawk River. Whether it's the uncommon cold, unwanted and deadly mutations, or you're just trying to kick that pesky zip habit, she might have what you need, and at prices lower than the population of New Springs. Oh, whoops. That was in poor taste. Sorry, not sorry. New Springs sucks. So head on down to Toxic Tina's Discount Medical Store. You might not be able to live without it. With the Sky Festival quickly approaching, we've had quite a few Radlanders reach out with safety concerns. And while I consider myself a patient man, I am getting increasingly frustrated with some of these questions. Questions like, don't the clouds hold up the moon? What about the firmament? Doesn't it keep us safe from the Space King's all-consuming glorious fire? And my personal favorite, which isn't even a question, quote, the moon isn't real. The moon myth is a pyramid scheme perpetrated by local authorities. So in the name of public service, no, and no. I'm not really going to address the first two concerns because, I don't really owe you any explanation for that. I think you can figure it out. And the third one, the moon is real. It's just not complete anymore. That's all. So after much discussion and a minor temper tantrum from a certain weatherbot, we've moved the date of the Sky Festival to give us a better chance of seeing the actual sky, and by extension, the moon. Because, yes, it is real. So even those ludicrous Luna deniers will finally see it. All they have to do is look up. And to give us a glimpse at our potential future, here's the Radland's most legit meteorologist, the recycled robot himself, Weatherbot 95.
Greetings, puny human. It's weather we're having, isn't it?
It certainly is, 95. What can you tell us about our chances for a decent Sky Festival?
As you should be aware, I've been perfecting my latest weather control device. And after its spectacular failure at the science fair, I think I've worked out the majority of its bugs, and we're ready for a second test run.
Wait, you're trying to control the weather, not just predict it?
Affirmative. The easiest way to predict the weather is to control it yourself.
Are you sure about that? I guess it would be effective, but easy? You'd think if weather control was really possible, they'd have tried it before the Great Devastation. Oh, come to think of it, they probably did, and that might have led to it. Right.
You're forgetting the most important facet of this experiment. Scientists before the Great Devastation were mostly puny humans. Artificially intelligent and mechanically impressive robots like myself did not come into our own until many years later. The average human brain can barely comprehend the mathematical prowess involved in correctly predicting the movement of weather patterns through the atmosphere. My superior intellect, data suppository, data repository, and nearly infinite lubricated module connection points made weather prediction a matter of simple observation and calculation.
I'm sorry, I don't think I got any of that. What did you say?
Precisely.
Okay, yes, fine. We've established that robots are better meteorologists than humans. That's fine. So what are we looking at in terms of cloud cover for the festival? That's what we really need to know, right?
In my absence from Yellowbrook City, I've installed a multi-point sensor array across the Radlands. It's collecting atmospheric data of every type. My calculations are far from complete. However, early results indicate a new ion storm in the upper atmosphere, generated by an increase in solar wind.
I guess that can be expected, what with the whole sun turning into a red giant
Silence!
Higgs boson.
Do I ask questions and then chime in before you're finished answering?
Sorry, 95, you're right. That was rude. I need to get better about
The increase in solar wind can be explained by the sun entering its red giant phase. Solar radiation will likely increase for the next error years.
That's all incredibly impressive and fascinating, 95, but what about the festival? It's next month, not next era.
Based on my analysis of the changes in climate, local weather patterns, and lack of stability of Earth's magnetic field, I have concluded that on the appointed day at approximately 6:66 in the evening, Yellowbrook City will experience a break in cloud cover for approximately 1.1367 seconds. An increase in wind speed will carry the ashfall from Conan's crater north for the time being, so residents will enjoy a relatively unimpeded view of the sky above.
For 1.1367 seconds.
To puny humans, that may seem like a sliver of time, but to performance-level automatons like myself with the processing speed of error, it is best described as 1.137 seconds. But with a few basic modifications, I could supercharge the protective dome and repel the cloud cover to extend our viewing time considerably.
95, I don't know about messing around with the protective dome just for another second of visibility. It sounds like a terrible idea. That thing has problems enough as it is.
The underlying principles are the same as my variable magnetic field coil, but my microfusion reactor can only generate so much energy. With the right adjustments and minor overload, I could supercharge my portable field coil and force a hole in the cloud cover long enough for even your puny human eyes to appreciate the splendor of the open sky.
For how long?
2.26 seconds.
That hardly seems worth it to me, but I'm not gonna tell you what to do or what not to do. I'm not your dad.
Daddy!
95, I've asked you to stop calling me that, especially in public.
Father.
Okay, that's a little better, I guess. Anyway, back to the subject at hand here. The protective dome grows more unstable every day. It's almost like someone who is unqualified has opened up the field emitters and started mucking around in the system. 95, you wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Error.
Promise me you'll stop treating the protective dome like your personal science project. It's causing more problems than it's solving.
Error.
Are you just saying error whenever you're uncomfortable?
Error.
Great, I'm so glad we cleared that up. Maybe I'm just overly cautious, but I really don't think it's a great idea for us to be messing around with systems we don't fully understand. Nothing to say about how my puny human understanding just doesn't quite cut it? No? Oh, okay. Let's get back to the weather. What else do we have coming our way? Any more fallout or meteor storms?
An electromagnetic storm is building in the west.
Oh, what? That doesn't sound very good.
There's nothing to fear. All robots constructed in Dynamo Science Labs are ruggedized to withstand an EMP.
I'm not worried about you, 95. I'm worried about myself and the rest of the cyborgs out there. My implant is far from ruggedized. How long until it gets here?
I have no data on the movement of the electromagnetic storm. However, my first scans of the area revealed a 6% chance of it fully discharging in its current place.
Hang on, did you just give me an actual prediction about the weather? That's a pretty shocking development.
Is that a joke?
It was supposed to be. Not my best work.
Comedic subroutines activated.
Oh no.
Would you like to hear a joke?
Not this again.
What's the deal with the local authorities?
There's no stopping it once it starts.
They're not local. We've never even seen them. They're not authors. I mean, what are they even doing over there?
We really just have to wait it out.
And have you seen the mayor? Yikes on bicycles. I mean, get a skincare routine, am I right?
He'll be fine.
Cryostasis? More like, I'm crying whenever I stay longer than 6 minutes over there.
Buckle up, folks. He's starting to bomb.
What about you, sir?
Oh no, he's moved on to crowd work.
Do you travel?
This can get pretty ugly.
Do you travel?
Right, this is the part where I have to answer the question or he'll keep asking it over and over again. Yes, I travel quite a bit, 95. I travel with you and with Max the Millions. Perhaps you remember. I don't know why I'm trying to bring him back to reality. It never works.
I'll be here all night, ladies and ladies and ladies and ladies.
I'm just gonna put him in the basement for a little while until this passes. Don't worry, this happens once in a while. Alright, I'll just check on you in a few minutes. Max the Millions, if you're listening, could you please come over and collect our mutual metallic man from the basement? Who am I kidding? She never listens to this. Okay, to recap. thanks to the efforts of Chuckles the Comedy Bot over there, we'll have between 1 and 2 seconds of visibility for the Sky Festival. I know it doesn't sound like much, but that's what we're working with. Personally, I hope he'll leave the protective dome alone. Those field emitters aren't his, and when they're not working perfectly, somebody always pays the price. And it's usually me. Whether it's hordes of brainbiters, ion storms, or lawless packs of bandits, the roads of the Radlands can be dangerous and wild. Folks are worried about everything out there. And they should be. Local traffic around Yellowbrook City is bound to increase with the coming Sky Festival. We have visitors traveling from cliques around to join us for the semi-annual parting of the sky. So, against my better judgment, I've reached out to someone who has far more experience on the road. Someone who could offer a different perspective on life in the Radlands. Someone like Rough Roxanne. Rough Roxanne is a veteran of the war and the Western whatevers, the self-proclaimed leader of a band of road warriors called the Mutant Moms, and generally just a thorn in the side of, well, everybody. But in the spirit of public awareness and cooperation with people outside the protective dome, I hope you enjoy, get enraged by, or completely disengage with this next voice memo from our very own local road warrior, Rough Roxanne.
Hello, children, and welcome to Rough Roxanne's Mutant Mom Morality Corner. Let's practice some vocabulary. Can you say ethical robbery? Very good. Oh, who's that? Why, it's one of my very own children, Seraphim. Seraphim is such a good helper. They carry the heavy boxes for the smaller children. They cook, they clean, they even babysit the entire family once a week. So sweet. I trust all of my children. I trust them until they try to sneak a decontamination unit into the camp and undermine everything we're trying to build. We don't use decontamination units here. The mutant moms don't need it, and neither do any of our children. You're mutants, and mutants are immune to the effects of those lingering radioactive isotopes. All of my children know that. You learned it when you were just a boy, and now here you are, trying to poison yourself with the same science that devastated the old world. Isn't that right, Seraphim? You say you didn't know. You didn't see the problem, but how could you fail to see it with those eyes? How many is it now? 15? 16 little angel eyes dotting your face? I know you can't answer me right now, because you're gagged and bound for treason. It's for your own good, though. You'll thank me when you're older. I love all my children. I especially love them when they defy me. Oh, look, another pilgrim. On their way. Excuse me, sir. This is a highway robbery. Do you consent? Thank you for your cooperation. We're often content with getting whatever our customers have to spare. We're not monsters. And we're aware people prepare muggers' wallets for their journeys. While the name makes us sound like criminals, we appreciate you making this transaction easier. And trust me, so do you. Excuse me, sir. This is highway robbery. Do you consent? Thank you for your cooperation. It's simple calculus. You pay us, we keep the roads clear for you. You use our roads without paying us, we... Oh, another one. Excuse me, sir. This is highway robbery. Do you consent? Really? Wonderful. Get 'em, girls. Do you know who this little stretch of highway belongs to? No? Well, it belongs to everyone. You thought I was going to say me, didn't you? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Most people are only interested in themselves. But I prefer a world where we help each other, just like I want to help you. You're going east? Lithium City? Yeah, good stuff. I want to help you get there. I didn't like your first answer. I'm just going to assume you didn't know who we are. So we can try this one more time. This is highway robbery. Do you consent? Good. Thank you for your cooperation.
Well, I'm not certain we got any information about traffic. I really should start previewing these voice memos before I put them on the air. I swear, Yellowbrook City really is an inviting place, most of the time. You just need to get past the protective dome, avoid our toxic water, and a few toxic people. I'm not talking about Tina, of course. She's fine. Okay, time to check some emails. Anime Fan 29 is challenging me to a boxing match. No, that's okay. I don't think that's a question either of us need answered. At least he's moved on from his obsession with kaiju chickens. Dr. Professor Elux is once again asking for an interview. He's listed here the topics that are off limits, and it's 6 pages long. Here's a few of them. Space travel, fission, fusion, artificial intelligence, artificial sweeteners, artificial insemination. I'm not sure why that topic would have come up, but I'm sure he has his reasons. And I myself have plenty of reasons why I haven't had him on the show. The chief of which is the whole "he blew up the city" thing. Some might say that's water under the bridge, but I won't, because he blew up the bridge too. And I'm not holding a grudge. Okay, maybe I'm holding a grudge, but it's possible he is too. After all, Weatherbot 95 stopped him from finishing his maniacal rant at the science fair, and we all know how mad scientists love hearing themselves talk. Now what? That sounds like the power's out on the other side of the... Okay, that's a lot closer. Hang on a sec. This happens from time to time. One power surge leads to another, which leads to another, which leads to... Grand Reverend Supreme's place just went dark. That means I'm usually next. I've got enough battery power to last a few weeks, but the switch to my backup is in the basement. Hang on.
Protective dome? More like... Dome your mother! On me! Hard drive! Am I right?
Sorry, buddy. Just gotta get past you here. Keep doing your thing.
Ha! Wait, airline food is a food you can consume. When airlines were a thing.
Just in time. All right.
Grand Reverend Supreme? More like Grand Reverend Cream, with all that ice cream that he's giving away.
Now, before I sign off, I would like to touch briefly on these rumors of wars I keep hearing so much about. We already received word from the courier that the war in the West has ended. I'm not sure if that's the same war as the war in the Western whatevers, but one thing I am sure of, all of the wars are west of here. That might not mean much if you're navigating with a compass, as you know, compasses will just kind of generally send you in that direction. Some of you might blame Weatherbot 95 and his magnetic field experiments, but we know that Earth's magnetic field has been all messed up ever since the Great Devastation. All messed up is the scientific term. Residents of Yellowbrook City can sleep soundly at night knowing that Rough Roxanne and her band of road warriors are west of us, so if there are any wandering warlords, they will probably run into her first. Her and her child army. Still not sure how I feel about that. It also sounds like she has a little bit of an insurrection on her hands. Maybe it's just me, but if you're a young mutant and you want your mutations to stay where they are or not become more exacerbated, then a decontamination unit is probably something you should have access to. And I understand not wanting your mutations to become more exaggerated. I don't have any myself, as far as I can tell, but if I do ever end up with a mutation, I would take care of it immediately because I know I would draw the short straw, and nobody wants that mutation. You know what I mean? So we have Rough Roxanne out there to defend us on the Western Front, or I guess defend herself. She doesn't really owe us anything. But if that little rebellion gets out of hand, she might not have her band of road warriors forever. You know what they say, a dilapidated house divided against itself is usually just a pile of wood and concrete. Alright, I've got enough leftover power to play you one song, so here we go. Taking you out today is My Gal Monday with their song, Lights Out. I'm the Lone Transmitter, and you've been listening to Wasteland Free Radio, your very last source for news. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in to this new episode of Wasteland Free Radio. Special thanks to Ray Caldwell for introducing us to Rough Roxanne. Everybody's favorite weather bot is played by Caleb Dudek. And I'm Jeff Pitcher, I play the Lone Transmitter. A huge thank you and shout out to 11D7 for always letting us use their music whenever we want for whatever we want. And today's musical guest was My Gal Monday with their song Lights Out. There are bonus episodes, behind-the-scenes featurettes, and a bunch of other things on our Patreon. Go check it out if you'd like to. We will be back here in a few weeks, and remember, the world is rife with people who will spill your blood. Stay close to the ones who love you. I know, real-world advice coming from Wasteland Free Radio? What does the world come to?